Going on, everyone? Welcome to the RabidMining YouTube channel, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to mine VKAX. Yes, you heard that right. It is. You can see the spelling right there, VKAX, VKAX. So, whether it's pronounced something else, I don't know, maybe, but I'm going to show you how to mine it on your CPUs. Now, you can also mine this on your GPUs. The Mike algorithm that it utilizes is a modified version of the Ghostwriter algorithm that you do see on Raptorium, Bitorium, and other coins like that. So Wild Rig Multi does work on this for your GPUs, but CPUs is a more efficient way to do it. All right, so I'm going to be showing you guys how to mine this in Windows 10 as well as HiveOS. But before I do, I want to clear the air kind of on what is VKAX in the first place. There is a little bit of confusion. I first heard about this coin in my Discord. Link in the description if you want to join the Discord and join the conversation, learn about new coins and everything. But it is a version of Ghostwriter which Raptorium runs on, but there are no smart nodes because this is not forked from Raptorium or anything. This is actually forked from the Dash coin utilizing the Ghostwriter algorithm. So it does not have smart nodes, it has master nodes. But let's read a little bit of what they say. What is VKAX? So VKAX is an experimental project which is born out of the need to create easy mining algorithms that are user-friendly and devoid of ASIC mining. It uses its own algorithm called Mike, a variant of the Ghostwriter algorithm. It's a digital experimental currency that enables instant private payments to anyone at any time of the day with no limitations. VKAX uses peer-to-peer technology to operate with no central authority managing transactions and issues. Money are carried out collectively by the network. VKAX Core is the name of the open source software which enables the use of this currency. VKAX is a complete fork of Dash Coin, which uses masternodes and other technology to secure its blockchain. So in the white paper, you can kind of see the reward distribution here. Mining VKAX gives out the sum of 10,000 VKAX, out of which 2,250 goes to the masternodes, 6,750 goes to the miners, and 10% goes for proposal and budget payments, which is 1,000 VKAX. And then it has pretty much like a halving type of schedule here where it's falling back 500 VKAX every X amount of blocks. And also the masternodes will rewards will be increasing from 90. It should actually, that sounds like decreasing, but 90%, 80, 70%, etc. for 1 year. And then this will stop around July 30th of 2023. So it's pretty fast tracked having type of schedule going on here. And then at that point, it looks like it's probably going to remain stable where it's at. But yes, this is master nodes, not smart nodes. And it's another, potential new coin that it could be a gamble, but it may be profitable at the same time. But anyway, let's find out how to mine this thing. First thing you're going to want to need with any crypto coin is a wallet to be able to hold your mined crypto. So I will have a link to this GitHub in the description. I downloaded the setup exe here, but I do see they have an updated version. So I'd recommend you to download this zip file, which is 0.17.0.4, and I'm still running the 0.17.0. Download that, extract it, and move on to the next step. Now, you don't have to do what I do, but this is what I do. Any core wallet, they're pretty much exactly the same. They have a data folder that you do have to tell it where to install. So you can see all my wallets here. I just went to wallet test for my VKAX. Then I got my VKAX here. I created the folder. Now I also created a data folder. When you are installing this, it will ask you where to put it. By default, it stores it somewhere in the back of your default Windows operating system, which is in normally your C drive, unless you choose something else. And back in there, I like to manually put it inside where I install my actual wallet, but in its own folder. This will act as your backup. Technically, all you need is this wallet.dat file, but I like to always copy the whole complete data file over and put that into a USB drive, name it in its own folder. That way you have a backup of Raptorium, Bitorium, VKAX, all of these core-based type of wallets. This is the backup you're going to need if you're going to want to restore it. So again, I like to make my own folder and install the wallet in the same type of location here. Like I said, VKAX data is here. I created that folder and installed it and told the data to go there during the installation. And then I got my wallet right here, nice and close. Copy everything over. You do have your backup for future upgrades, or if something does happen to your PC or Windows or whatever. Now that you have your wallet and everything installed, it will be syncing here for you when you first run it. You don't have to wait for it to fully sync. It will be fairly fast because the blockchain is pretty small. It's fairly new here. You can simply hit the hide button here. That'll be popping up. And then you're going to want to click on receive and then just make any label. For this, I'm going to put CPU Miner video and then simply hit request payment. That will bring up my wallet. So now you can see this is my wallets I got here. I'm going to make this a little bigger. I can't really see that very good. So CPU Miner video, copy address. This is my address. And this is the one I'm using here. I don't want this one anymore. I'm going to remove it. Simple as that. But don't remove your wallet or you won't get paid anymore. If you make a new one, it's going to be a different address. So keep that in mind as well. But now that we have our address, you simply copy it and then we move on to the next step. And that is actually setting up our miner. All right, guys. So I actually lied to you. The next step is not setting up our pool. We need to find a pool first. Now, personally myself, I used RPlant when I mined this for 24 hours just to test out how many coins and stuff I was getting, but they are sitting at 96.9% of the known hash rate. So they pretty much have it all. There are rumors that Zerg pool will be rolling in fairly soon, and I know a lot of you Zerg pool users love to get your Bitcoin payouts. Now, mining for people, they were trying to distribute more hash rate. They actually have, this is not an error, minus 10% of a fee, which means they were granting people an additional 10% of a revenue on top of your mined coins to be using their pool to try and get people off of RPlant. Now, it sounds like no one's listening and they're going to be canceling their pool. Originally, I was going to make this how to mine utilizing this pool. So I'm going to be using RPlant now because it sounds like they're shutting down because there's just no hash rate coming over at this point. So for this, we're going to be utilizing RPlant. Now, when I did mine this for 24 hours, you can see my paid amount right here is 366,359 coins in 24 hours. Now, remember, I have like 23 rigs here. And when I first mined this, I was sitting at about, it was around 600 kilohash or something. So the hash rate has come up over the past 2 days or so. So more people are starting to mine this coin. Obviously, that means the difficulty goes up and then your profitability and I guess yields does start to drop. So I don't know how much I'd be making now, but I'd probably still be fairly close. The hash rate is still extremely low on this coin. Okay, now that we got our pool all figured out here, we are going to need to find the miner, and you got to use CPU Miner Opt RPlant. This is the only known miner that I'm aware of so far that does support the mic algorithm, minus your GPUs for Wild Rig Multi. That's for GPUs. We're looking at CPUs here. So you're going to need this link again in the description. Download the miner for whatever operating systems you're using and move on to the next step. Okay, so once you get your miner extracted, you're going to want to right click on here and edit. Now there's one thing to keep in mind. You can see that it has a CPU miner Ryzen.exe. This is what I use on my Ryzen CPUs. Now, if you scroll up to the top of your miner, you can see different variations: AVX, AVX2, AVX512. That's kind of what we seen early Raptorium days with the Delgon miner and everything before XMRig came in. But you're going to have to choose the proper EXE for the CPU you are utilizing. Now, again, for a Ryzen 3000 and 5000 series, I just use the Ryzen. It seems to work just fine for me. And by default, let's just have a look here, edit. You can see that it's saying SSE2. You're going to have to adjust this whole file over to point to the one you actually need. So let's just open this back up and I can give you a straight up idea. So for the Ryzen here, we're going to scroll up. We can see Ryzen. So it has to say CPU miner Ryzen.exe, exactly what this file name is. And at the end, you're going to need the exe, whichever one you pick. So if I wanted to use CPU miner AVX, I would simply just change this Ryzen over to AVX. And then this would be, it would utilize this miner instead of the Ryzen miner for myself. Once you Googled whatever CPU you are using and figure out what type of architecture it's on, then I simply like to right click all the time on the miners I'm using, go to compatibility, click run this program as administrator, and then apply. That way, anytime you run your bat file that points to that miner, it will run it as an administrator. So now we got to set up the pool we want to utilize here simply by running into RPlant itself. So we're going to choose our miner. CPU R plant. It also has the Wild Rig Multi here for you. Operating system, we're in Windows. Choose your nearest stratum. So myself, I'm in Canada, so America is the closest to me. And you can skip all this and all this. And if you want to add a password so that you can change things, just simply go like that and you can see the web password command. So now we need our stratum, which is set up right here. We're going to take this stratum, right click, copy it, come into our actual miner. Now mine's all set up. So you are going to have to already get rid of everything you need. Make sure you follow it directly. I'm just going to delete it. This will have something else originally. So you can see, bam. And then I just paste it right back in that I copied from down here. Put in your wallet address, which you get from here. Double click on it again, copy address, close it. You're gonna minus that out and then change your address. You'll be mining to somebody else. Copy that in there, period. And then your worker name. Now, to adjust your daily payout levels on our plant, you're gonna need this command right here. So we're gonna copy that, put that into here, put a space, paste that in there, and you do need web password equals. If you just put in a password, it's not going to work. Same thing in HiveOS, you're going to need this complete thing. Now, once you got all that set up, simply save it and then double click on your bat file. You will see it will ask me to run as administrator. We hit yes because we right clicked that and told it to do it every single time. And now it will begin mining VKAX to our plant in Windows 10. So it's fairly simple to get up and running, pretty much like any other crypto. It will take a couple minutes here, as you can see, to start doing its thing, but it will begin mining this coin. Okay, so now that we're done with Windows, let's move into HiveOS and show you how to set this up. Now, HiveOS recently updated CPU Miner Opt R plant with the latest version, so we don't have to run any type of custom miners here, which makes it a lot easier. So we're going to go to wallets because we don't have a wallet inside of here yet. We're going to add wallet. Type coin in the ticker. We don't have it, so we're just going to go VKAX like so. It will ask you to create a coin because you don't have this coin already. Obviously, I have this coin, but it's not here by default, so you will have to add that by adding the coin itself. Then you simply add in here that's the password from the other one. So we're going to need, where's my wallet? Double click on it, copy address. Paste our address inside of here and then name it whatever you want. So VKAX video, name it anything you want. Mine's all set up, so I'm not going to utilize any of this, but then you just simply hit the create button and you now have your wallet within HiveOS. So next we're going to go into our workers here. We're going to scroll on down to rig 1. We're going to set up a flight sheet that's not set up yet because I messed up. Okay, now we're going to go to flight sheets here. We're going to scroll down till I find the one I have and simply go over what we need. So that's for max people. We're going to edit this one right here. So here we are, coin. We come in here. We need to pick VKAX. We hit V and it should already be lined up. Whatever you did call it will show up as a name. Wallet here, VKAX CPU. And then the pool we're going to have to configure in the miner because there's no pools set up within HiveOS. There's not very many pools for this coin, which we've seen earlier. So we're going to set up the miner config. Actually, we're going to have to pick our miner. It'll be blank at first. We're going to hit CPU and CP worked. CPU miner opt, simply click on it. You're going to want to scroll down and pick the R plant fork because it's just going to be kind of like this. So we need R plant here. And then again, just like what we've seen in the other one, we're going to have to copy in our actual pool stratum. Now it may be blank, so we're just going to go like this. We're going to get rid of all this. Now let's pretend we're all over the place, nothing going on here. Get rid of that. Now, so we're going to pick Mike. So we need the Mike algorithm. There we go. Type in MI, Mike popped up. Wallet and worker template. We want to put wallet.worker name. This will pull everything that you have preset within HiveOS. And now we need our pool URL. Simply head on over into our plant here. We got to run all this stuff again. So that Windows, American, wallet address, whatever. And then I guess we're going to need some weird password again. So now we take this whole complete thing here, copy that over, move into the pool URL, paste, put that. We need our password. Go back into our plant. We're going to take this complete thing. Remember, we need web password equals plus the password. Just your password will not work. So paste that in. Now you can see the complete thing is there. And now override this way you can set threads and stuff if you want. If you don't put nothing here, you're just fine and you will utilize full threads, which is all I do when I'm running this. So we're going to apply our changes now. update our miner, and everything will be good to go. So now, because I have so many rigs here, this is how I simply do it. I hit all, I turn these off, get rid of the ones I don't want. And then I'm going to come up to the little flight sheet up here. I'm going to pick my coins. So I'm going to go VKAX, scroll down to CPU, this one, yep. And I'm going to hit apply. And now it's going to engage all of these CPUs at the same time and begin mining this coin. Okay, so as you can see here, anywhere from, I guess, a few seconds of 7 upwards to 50. I guess that one disappeared. But you can see the times here, 59 seconds, 1 minute. Everything is up and hashing. Now, a thing to keep in mind, the Ghostwriter algorithm, 1 stick of RAM works just as good as 2 sticks of RAM. It also saves a little bit on power, especially the more rigs you have, the more power you will save. Not overclocking your RAM, which means XMP profile. Turn that all off, run it at stock speeds. It hardly affects your hash rate as well and greatly improves your efficiency. So a couple pro tips there with these Ghostwriter algorithms. And on top of that, like I said, Mike, it's a modified, now based in their Discord. I don't know, I didn't know if I read it right, but it either has 4 to 6 of the Ghostwriter algorithms, or they removed 4 to 6 of them. So there could be 4 to 6, or there could be something like 14 to 16. So that means your hash rate will be changing as well as your power consumption every couple blocks all the time. Let's just, see if something changed already. Refresh a little bit, not much, but keep in mind your hash rate is going to be fluctuating quite a bit on this coin, just like what we see with Raptorium, just like you see with other ASIC resistant type of coins, because the algorithm does switch a whole bunch of times within it. And if we go back into our plan here, we can actually see our rigs are all detected. We just get here and we're already at 1,200 coins. So that was pretty fast. But regardless, we're all up and mining. We're ready to roll, and we are mining ourselves some VKAX. So if you're interested or never even heard about this coin and plan on trying it out, let me know in the comments, and I'll see you on the next one. Rabid out. Thank you for watching my video, and if you haven't seen one of these, be sure to check them out. And if you already seen them, maybe you missed some, might have to watch it one more time. And if you just let it play in the background, that's all right as well. I do try to live stream every weekend as well as every couple days during the week, so be sure to be subscribed so you don't miss that. As always, have a great day.